Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Roy. This is Rough Cut and Sawdust. Um, Day's finally here. That's my shed. That's what I've been building a bunch of the stuff out of. And as you can see, it's pretty small. So my goal is to clean it out and rebuild my workbenches so I can have a nice little shop. Um, I've been building a lot of things over on the side over here where I pull out my table saw, my miter gauge saw, and just have it over here on the side, and I got to cover it up every day. But the city I live in here, we've got pretty good weather, so there's days I don't have to cover it up. However, I want my own shop where I can just work on it, close it up, and then good to go. So today, I think I've gotten to the point where I've built enough organizers where I can start taking everything out, start designing my workbenches, and then be able to bring everything back in and put everything in order on my French cleat wall. Again, I'm trying to build everything out of scrap wood, pallet wood. I'm trying to make my entire theme to be not spending a whole lot of money. So that being said, let me show you the mess I've got right now. So let's take you over here. Let's walk you to my shed. So let's go take a tour of my mess. Here we go. So this is where I've been filming my stuff. So as you can see, there's some of the projects I've remade. There's that entire mess right there. All right, and then my back wall over here, I kind of just built this long three-tiered wall shelving thing, which is just cluttered and it's a mess. And I got a bunch of my tools up there, just miscellaneous stuff. This is the side I've been really working on a lot, so it's a little bit cleaner. So I got my bench press, my bench top drill press, and I've got my table, my bandsaw. And then as you can see, I've built these French cleat walls on the back of the benches out of pallet wood. So that's kind of what I want to do here. I want to turn this entire shed into a pallet wall bench workplace area. So today what I'm going to do, if time permits, I'm going to empty this place and then redesign it. We'll start by cleaning off this area. We're going to start putting things in boxes and moving wood to a separate area that I can still use, and throwing away whatever I don't need anymore. So here I go. All right, cleaned out most everything from this side. Now it's time to take this bench out. I'm gonna redesign it to fit my scroll saw and my, see what thing I'm gonna put on it, my table sander. Okay, so take this thing out. Once I'm done cleaning out, I'm gonna redesign it to lower the bench top, kind of make it a up and down thing so that I can have my scroll saw, a work area, and my sander. Okay, so let's get this thing out. Okay, this side's done. Let's work on the other side. Okay, that side's done. Let's work on this side. Gotta get my benchtop drill press out of here, my bandsaw, other things I've got here. Let's clear this out. I've got to clear everything I have on the floor, everything down here, and then we'll have these two walls cleared out. And then I gotta work on this monster over here. So once we get this thing out, then we can start designing how I want my shop to work. Because I also have an idea about putting a canopy on the outside of this thing, so on nicer weather I can be out there, because it does get hot in here. All right, so Stick around, we're still cleaning. All right, so I cleared off all the top of this thing. I took everything out of the bottom that was there. I have some buckets and just screws and stuff that I gotta reorganize it, so I'm gonna build some bins for those later. I'm gonna take this thing out. It's the actual opposite of the shed of the bench that was on this side. Same thing, only the window area is on the opposite end of this. So I'm gonna take this thing out, and the real issue is gonna be back here. This is where I've got an old Bowflex machine and some other stuff that I gotta find a place to store because I don't want to bring it back in here. So here we go. Other side. Okay, this side is cleared out. I even got the stuff that was back there. So now we're gonna have to deal with this back end over here. So just so you can see, I have to deal with that monstrosity. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work my way down. It's got tools up here that I have and some other stuff up here. So let's get all this stuff down. And then what you can't see is I've got some boards up here on some rafters. And I get all this stuff down too because I want to make this completely cleared out so I can clean it up, and I want to set up my entire workshop in here. Okay, stick around, we're still working. Let's get this side down here. All right, so I cleared off the shelves. I've got all this stuff outside. I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do with all that stuff. So, cleared off the shelves, took everything out from the bottom underneath. I've got these two pieces from that exercise machine back here that I gotta get out. But what I really wanna do is I wanna get this shelf out here because I'm gonna tear this one apart. I'll tear this one apart, and I got plans for that, so I'm gonna talk to you about that in a little bit. However, over here in the corner, back there, I got this Bowflex machine here. This one I need to get out of here, and I need to figure out where I'm going to put it. So that's where we're at right now. Keep going, don't stop. Okay, to get that out, I'm going to have to move all the stuff in front of here out of the way. Be right back. Take two. Let's get this thing out of here, all right? Here we go. All right, so now that my shed has been cleaned out, this back wall back here, what I want to do here is I want to build two benches, one workbench on the right, one on the left. And what I want to do with that is I'm going to connect the two with a miter saw fold down mechanism. So when I'm not using it, I'll have it covered and I'll have a full bench across. When I am using it, I can flip it up and not have to worry about taking it outside, bringing it back in. So it'll be 2 small benches, a miter saw station that can fold down to cover it up. Now, the back wall, I want to cover this and make this an entire French cleat wall. This is where I want to hang up all my tools and everything I need. And the thing is, here I have a gabled roof up here on top. So what I want to do also is I want to build a small mini French cleat wall up there so I can hang other stuff up there that's not being used very often. Okay. Now, if you go this way, turn around this way over here. Okay. So we go this way. This is where my drill press and my bandsaw were. What I want to do on this side is redo the exact same bench. Keep the French cleat here. It goes around the window so I can continue getting some ventilation here. The difference is I'm going to raise and lower the bench height. So on this end, what I might do is lower the table height so that my bandsaw table is even with my work area. On this side, I want to have my drill press, and that also I'm going to lower it so that the table will be about the same height as the bench height. So it's going to go down, up, down here like that, keeping the French cleats in the back. Now, if we go the other direction, pull you guys this way. Come, let's go over here. Now on this side, we're going to do similar, the same thing. Same bench, same thing. I'm going to lower and raise the bench height. So on this side, I'm going to lower it so that I have my scroll saw here right about the window height so I can get the light from the outside and have my scroll saw at a comfortable height instead of having it up high. So I'm going to lower the table here, raise it up so it's even with the scroll saw table, and then over here have my belt set, my sanding station with my sander, my tabletop sander. Again, having my French cleats on the wall so I can hang up everything I need. The whole point is to try and organize this as best I can so I can have this entire middle area free for whatever I got to do. Now, in the center area, what I want to do is I want to build a small bench that I can face when I have my camera out here and do my builds here. The other thing I want to do is I'm going to find a way to design holders for my camera that go on French cleats. So I can move them around on the wall, any wall I want, so I can have different angles when I'm filming my content. So that's the plan. That's what I want to do. This is part of that whole shed to shop journey that I want to go on. Thank you for joining us. Hopefully you follow along as we build this thing little by little. If this content helps you out, if it inspires you to do your own shed to shop build, absolutely. I'd love to help you guys out with some ideas, and maybe you guys can send me some ideas. Please hit the like and subscribe below. Hit the notification button so you can get notifications as when I do more things to this shed, which eventually will be my shop. So thank you very much for following along. Thank you for watching. This has been Rough Cuts and Sawdust, and didn't do a whole lot of rough cuts. We did do a lot of dust, but not a lot of sawdust today. If it helps you out, again, please hit the like and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and God bless.